Hello guys, Charjr Ryuki here, and welcome to Bad End. I have no idea what Bad End is. What I do know is that it's a game. It's about a game that if you die in the game, you die for real. So that's basically all I know. And that one character is trying to figure something out. I have no idea. So let's get into this. It is a psychological horror, I guess. This is what it is. So, let's get things started, shall we? Do you want to read the manual? I'm an idiot, so let's don't read the manual. It's a girl panting. I'm being pursued by someone tonight on the street. By whom? I haven't the slightest clue. I can say one thing for sure. Whatever it is, isn't human. If I'm caught by whatever it is, what's going to happen to me? I continue to run despite the uneasiness in my gut. But no matter how hard I try, they keep right on my trail. Give me a break already! Whenever I glance back, it just seems they keep getting closer and closer. What the hell? I don't understand any of this. Why are they after me? It doesn't matter. I have to lose them no matter what. If I could just make it to my house, I should be safe. I kept running and eventually came to an intersection and took a quick dash down to one of the side streets. Suddenly, I was blinded by a pair of bright lights accompanied by the sound of screeching brakes. The girl screams. I immediately fell, and an intense shock throughout my entire body. Slowly, my consciousness slipped away. So you got hit by a car. Ding dong, bing bong! The boring school bell rang. That's it for today's lesson. Kiawe. Kyuhei? Kiawe? Kyuhei. I have to head out now. Kyuhei? Or Kiawe? Probably totally messing that up. Nice artwork, by the way. Don't you have something important to do right now? The class president, Kanami Sasaki, spoke up. Yuji Ogata, a friend, turns in our direction as well. It's a new educational game. Yeah. It's good for the brain and keeps it in tip-top shape. Yeah, that's right. So Yuji, how about joining me for a game or two? Hell yeah, I'll beat you for sure this time. Are you sure that's okay? I remember you saying something about bombing your last exam, right? The class president countered in a sharp tone. But I guess his efforts were in vain. These Japanese games are the hottest thing right now. So what? What are you implying? So that's the reason we play these games. It also means that we're getting valuable cultural experience by playing with people online around the world. You guys are so full of crap. Aw, come on, man. We're best friends, right? Yeah, that's right. My name is Kyuhei Inui. I'm walking home with my childhood friend Yuji. Hanging out with him never got old, and I think Yuji also agrees. When we get to my house, I immediately fire up the game console. Okay, I choose Jupiter. Alright then, I choose Mars. Are we playing Sailor Moon? Is that a Sailor Moon reference? Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Mars? Is that our Sailor Moon reference? Come on. I like the collection back here. Nowadays, we are obsessed with a new strategy war type game. Probably not. But oh well. Haha. The game names the stages as planet names, and oddly enough, there are some with little girl names. Sailor Moon. The hidden stage in this game is called the Black Hole, and that's not even a planet. That is weird. We went head-to-head a few rounds, but in the end we were about evenly matched. We've always lived close since kindergarten, so we've been able to play together on the same console. Of course, we also just chill and hang out for no reason in general. We both have different tastes when it comes to game genres. It's always been that way. On that note, want to play something else? There's a mobile game I want to check out. That's cool. I read some manga. I'll read some manga. Why don't you try out the game as well? Yuji boots up his phone and is already completely immersed in the game. Do you play any mobile games? I do. But I'm playing one right now. It's called Unison League. Go check it out. Not sponsored by them. I'll try out just about any game. I don't play too many games that you have to pay to play. I really only use my mobile phone for calls and email. There are a lot of great free games as well. Although a lot of the free games are made by indie developers, they sometimes rival even professional game studios. Really. You need to play one of the more high-end mobile games. High-end? It's good stuff, you'll see. What kind of game is it? The game that Yuji is recommending sounds interesting, so I might in fact like it. Actually, I haven't even downloaded the game yet. Then how do you know the game is as good as you say it is? Did you base that on a game review you read on the internet? Hey, can I use your PC for a second? I nodded and booted up the PC for Yuji to use. What displayed on the screen was an anonymous BBS forum board. Why are we reading this? This forum isn't restricted to just a particular game genre, but I was reading a post on how insanely popular it is worldwide. That popular, huh? What's the game called? The game is titled Bad End. Despite the name, people say it's too good to put down. Yuji says this with a grin. It's a simulation horror survival game. If a player gets a bad end in the game, then they supposedly die in real life. After an awkward silence, I chuckled and replied, "They're making it sound that way to hype the game up." No way, no man, I'm not kidding. It says so on the game's official website. Okay, well, why aren't you playing it? Why aren't you playing it yet? That's weird. I can access the page, but the download link isn't working. Yuji turned the mobile phone's display so I could see it. There was a simple website that looked almost identical to the one displayed on the PC screen. There's a link on the page named Bad End Download. See? I keep trying, but the download won't start. Do you think it's a dead link? Well, according to BBS, the game has been downloaded several times, so it should be working. A quick glimpse at some of the post headings confirmed this. Very strange indeed. I know this is crazy, but I just considered something. What? Do you think what these people are saying is true? I mean, the so-called myth about this game? Even though the webpage makes this claim, how can we be sure it's not just a load of crap? Yuji places his mobile phone on the desk beside him and turns his attention to the website on the PC's monitor. There's 20 threads, that's quite a lot. We start to read through the posts. No! I can't download the game at all! Such a game can't exist. You need to face reality seriously. Anyway, let's play baseball. So far, about 80% of the posts were like this. I can't get the game to start. A game like this can't exist. I finally got the game to download, and I'm already impressed from the get-go. My first choice in the game was creepy. There was no way someone ended up dying. Blah. Yeah. I got the download to work. I'm going to stay up all night playing. The remaining 20% of the BBS posts are for the most part positive praise about the game. So even though there's a ridiculous rumor about dying when you get a bad end, it seems some people just blow it off as a joke. Most of these people are probably trolls. Most. So you think these posts are trolls, huh? Well, there is some interesting posts for sure. Check this out. The evil one told me I have less than a minute to live. So I guess this is goodbye. Please, whatever you do, don't download this game unless you want to end up like me. See? There. No way. I don't believe it. Yeah, I agree. Usually laughs pleasantly and agrees. That's probably just a hoax. Bad End was released a few months ago, but the BBS board didn't show up until recently. Every day since the bogus posts like this keep popping up. Since the download link is broken most of the time, it's not surprising most people just forget about it and move on. Well, this game isn't completely forgotten. It's a totally mystery for sure. Excuse me. It doesn't make sense. This is the internet after all. These things are bound to happen sometime or another. There's also something else I remember reading about this game. Apparently only a few select people are able to download it. A few select people? Although I try the download link every day, I can't get the damn game to download. Let me try. I access the download page with my own mobile phone. I navigate to the same download link and tap on it. No good. It won't work for me either. Check this out. There's a few posts that have actual gameplay recorded from the game itself. I see. So they've uploaded what they've played so far. That's exactly impressive. Players actually have uploaded their own game experiences for all the players to see. Usually finds and clicks on a link in one of those posts that takes him to one of the players' Twitter page. According to the page, the last update was 5 days ago. I wonder why they stopped tweeting. Good point. He was tweeting frequently up until just 5 days ago. Do you think he might have died? Oh, come on, man. Seriously? We give the page another look quick once over. It seems the first couple of tweets are mostly praise and about how great the game is. However, from there, the posts get stranger and more ominous. The dark being came right out of the screen. That was the final tweet from this player. Nothing more had been posted after that. He probably posted this to further hype the game up, just like I said earlier. That's all there is to it. But I would like to give this game a try. Well, I hope you're able to get it running sometime soon. A little while later, we decided to call it quits for the day. Seeing Yuji off, I came back and sprawled out on the bed. So if a player gets a bad end, then they die in real life. There can't be such a game, can there? I've never heard of this type of thing happening in a game. Yes, I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. There's no way a game like that could exist. Later on that night, my mobile phone started ringing and displayed Yuji's number. Hey, you're not going to believe this. What's up? I finally got Bad End to download. No kidding. For a moment I thought he was making it up. But Yuji seldom tells a lie, especially not about video games. Even if it was a lie, and I said, "Show me tomorrow," Yuji would outright admit he was telling a fib. What's it like? Have you played it yet? It's just finished downloading and I was just about able to install it. I'm curious to hear about how it is after you play it. Alright, man, I'll see you tomorrow, and give you the details. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. The conversation ended with friendly laughter. Yuji seemed really stoked to finally get the game downloaded. Now I'm curious and wouldn't mind going over to his place to check it out. Maybe I'll ask him tomorrow. However, little did I know that this would be the last conversation I would have with Yuji. I have some regrettable news. The morning homeroom teacher starts speaking. Yuji Ogata died last evening. What? The sound of confused voices could be heard throughout the room. Yuji. Died? Although it was futile, I sent him a text anyways. There was no reply. Maybe he caught a nasty cold or a bug and was just home in bed. That didn't seem to be the case. Why? Why? Why did he have to die? I don't understand all the details myself, but he apparently died in his own bedroom. Let's all settle down for now. I will keep you posted if I hear anything new. The teacher's words stunned everyone, and the room was dead silent. Yuji died. Yuji, my best friend, died. Soon Yuji's funeral was carried out. Yuji was an only child. I can only imagine the heartbreak Yuji's parents felt. All of the other classmates attended the funeral as well. Boys wore expressions of disbelief, and the majority of the girls were sobbing. Yuji was admired and liked by everyone he came to know. Now I was looking at a picture of him taken not long ago. Why? Why did you have to die? My body is shaking, the tears flowing freely down my cheeks. Some time passed, but my world was still shattered. Kyoe, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do. He was my best friend for 10 years. And just like that, he's gone. I know you're hurting, but give it some time. Time heals all wounds. Not really. I'm trying, okay? The autopsy showed that the cause of his death was acute cardiac insufficiency. Yuji, to my knowledge, didn't have a life-threatening disease. So what the hell happened to him? Wait. Could it be? If a player gets a bad end, then they will die. The ominous words keep repeating in my head. Bad end. I totally laughed it off as one big load of crap. Is that really even possible? After school, I visited Yuji's house. Yuji's mother. Thank you for your prayers for Yuji. Not at all. We can't use the comics and games that Yuji kept, so I want you to have them. I'm sure he would have wanted the same. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have another reason for coming here today. Do you happen to have Yuji's mobile phone he was using? Yes, it's on his desk. There is a record of an email that I want to keep. Okay. I wanted to take a look at some of the contents. I go over and take the mobile phone from the desk. Yuji said that he had successfully downloaded and installed Bad End. It's surely still installed on this phone. On his phone. Oh. Cue the music. When the list of available apps appears, Bad End is listed as being installed. Yuji had installed it after all. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. By the way, did Yuji really have a heart condition like the doctor said? The doctor said as much, but what? Upon replying, fresh tears started streaming down her face. Yuji's face had turned so pale, and he looked so scared. He had scratched and clawed at his throat. He must have been in so much pain, on top of not being able to say anything. May I please borrow this phone for a little while? I was allowed permission to borrow Yuji's phone. I couldn't conduct an investigation when his mom was in such an emotional state. Yuji's mobile phone is the same make and model as my own. It's actually a very common phone and nothing too special. However, he had downloaded Bad End. Although I tried on my own mobile phone, I couldn't get it to install. Then why was Yuji able to download it? At any rate, I'm going to try and play it. I hesitated. This game would potentially be the only game in existence to completely defy any logic or human comprehension. But I have to know the truth behind this game. With determination, I started the app called Bad End. However, an error message showed error, execution failed, and the application force closes. Shit! Then no matter how often I tapped the screen, it wouldn't respond. For several minutes, no matter what I did, it was no use. Pressing the end button had no effect either. My hand holding Yuji's phone was trembling. A sense of fear was creeping in. Yuji, was this game really what killed you? When talking to his mom earlier, only the doctor said that there was a heart condition, that there might have been, but she really didn't seem like she really believed it, because if he had a heart condition, everybody would have known it. But if you talk about a game like Bad End, if you get the Bad End ending, you end up dying. So, after he downloaded it, he played it, and he must have played it to the end, and he died, and he got the bad ending, which ended up with him dying. So when he was reacting to that, I would say Yuji's mother reacted and came to him and seen what happened to him. At least seen the part where where she said she was scratching at his throat in so much pain that he couldn't talk. I'm gonna say it has to be. Yuji fell victim to this game just like the other players that supposedly got killed as well. Killed by the infamous Bad End. Damn it! Damn it! A horror video game that actually kills a player in the real world. Based on what's happened so far, this seems to be the case, despite how unbelievable it sounds. Come on, this is so ridiculous. Yuji had died, that is for certain. But is there any evidence or clue on the phone as to what Yuji had seen or did while playing? I tried to boot up Bad End again. It didn't ask for any prompts or to supply any personal information from the player. For example, if the player is in a different time zone or location, depending on the game, it won't run. Unexpectedly, something happened that I didn't anticipate. What is happening? The game was displayed on the splash screen just a little while ago. But now the Bad End icon had disappeared completely. Who made this game and for what reason? It just didn't make any sense. There's this new game out called Bad End that potentially killed my best friend. This is all too much, but I have to know the truth. I have to dig up some more info regarding this whole thing. After finishing my dinner, I sat down in front of my PC monitor. Despite there being only a few number of players who got the game running, I chose one of them and looked into their profile further. Which one did I look at? View player profile. So far, I only looked at one of the player's Twitter page. If I do a more advanced search, then maybe I could find out more. I tried direct keyword search for the game. Here we go, a blog. This looks promising. A Bad End Play diary came up. The last update was a month ago, and then abruptly stopped. So what happened? The information posted is troubling. I decided to start reading it from the beginning. 201. My wish finally came true. I was able to download Bad End. I'm so excited. Sadly, I can't show any proof due to my lack of a digital camera. Therefore, any comments are welcome. I'm slowly playing through the game in my spare time. 201. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to spoil the plot, but the story is rather cliché. Just as I was thinking of the lack of information, my first plot choice appeared. My palms were sweating. Not long afterwards, I met my first bad end. Lol. But of course, nothing happened to me as per the rumor that was circulating the net. Naturally, there is a lot more of the game to explore. I'm still here, although I thought at one particular time that I was actually going to die. Then I realized that it was all a dream. If the main character makes the correct choice, then the story continues. That's to be expected, right? Then bad luck reared its ugly head and I got my second bad end. Obviously, I'm not very good at these types of games. The updates end there. The blog was only maintained for 4 days. It may all be a practical joke. There's no evidence to back up his claims. He might possibly already be dead. The last incomprehensible string of text was likely due to panic or distraction. At the start of the blog, the information was pertaining to the player's initial impressions of the game. I'm going to be vague. The storyline is cliché. From what the first posts were described, it conflicts with what the anonymous BBS board said. Most of the play diaries I skimmed through aren't very helpful. Not surprisingly, they aren't being updated regularly either. Which one did I look at? I accessed the new anonymous BBS board. I started typing into the new thread box. My best friend who was playing this game died last night. I like to investigate the mystery of this bad end. I'm not making any of this up. If anyone has any information, please respond. I immediately got some replies. It's a troll. How did he die? Tell us. Show us a pic or something. If you have some proof, I might believe you. Shit. Despite the quick reply, nothing was helpful at all. I was getting irritated. Just don't delve into the matter any further. It's not worth the risk unless you've got a death wish. Yeah, I think you should just forget about the game and move on. No good could come from it, like dying. Your friend probably would want you to steer clear and not repeat his mistake. There was also a tidbit here that was unsettling. My heartbeat started to race, but I bear it and take a deep breath. I need to find out exactly what happened to Yuji and the cause of his death. Although it's possible if one of these people have encountered Yuji, they seem not to have witnessed any of these events regardless. Despite that, it was really a troll getting a kick out of this whole ordeal? Or did they really fall victim to the sick game? Now I'm more excited than ever to start playing the game. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Frustrated at the lack of useful responses, I closed the BBS. Okay? It seems that you can't run the game unless you are a specific person chosen to play it. Are the players able to download the game special in some way? Or was it purely at random? Which one did I look at? I decided to search for the game on a popular game information site. Bad End is all the rage right now, so there must be more information out there. Oh, here we go. I accessed a popular gaming information board and began reading. Bad End is the new mobile game which suddenly appeared on the network out of nowhere several months ago. Despite having a link to a download page, it's usually down. It seems to have a very sophisticated choice selection system. Supposedly, if the player picks the wrong choice, then they will die for real. We find it hard to believe that a video game can actually have the potential to kill someone. Somehow the administrator of the site hasn't a clue. The rumors surrounding the game is basically summarized. It's just like what Yuji had told me before he played the game. One ominous sentence caught my eye towards the end. It is said that there is a great reward awaiting the player that can clear the entire game without dying. A great reward, huh? I wonder what that is. Despite the danger of actually dying, people actually think it's worth the risk. Is there the reason people are playing? Well, I'm not interested in the prize for beating it. I'm only interested in getting to the bottom of what killed Yuji. I turned off the power to the PC and lounged on my bed. Nothing I came across was very helpful. I'm starting to feel even more depressed. If I can't download the game, I can't play it. I want to play the game. If there's a God out there, please allow me to play the game. Yuji, you probably didn't really think that you'd actually die in real life. That's only natural to think that way. No one just up and dies when you lose a life in a damn video game. But people didn't take it seriously, and played the game like they would any other, and paid the ultimate price. Even if I don't know who's responsible for this, just sitting here won't help me find out. My mind was made up. I decided that I'll beat Bad End and find out the mystery behind Yuji's death. So deciding on that, I can't wait to get started on the game as soon as possible. I tried downloading the game multiple times while on break between classes, but the download refused to start. Damn it. Why can't I download it? Kyoe. Oh hey, Kaname. What's up? What's with the wrong face? He saw right through me. Regardless, I'll do just about anything to get this damn game up and running. If something is troubling you, I'm here to listen. I'm too desperate to look into Bad End. It's all I can think about. Have you heard about a mobile game called Bad End? I've heard of it. It's where if the player dies in-game, they die for real. Despite all the current information on the net, it seems people are elaborating on their own personal experiences within the game. Usually had played the game before he died. The game was still installed on his phone when I attempted to boot the game. The app just disappeared from the main screen. It seemed that someone was trying to sabotage any traces of the game's activity. I can't believe such a game actually exists. So, usually died from playing the game. Not a damn disease? No way. Come on, Kyoe. Kaname was clearly annoyed by my explanation. Our fellow classmates turned to look in our direction at the commotion. Don't buy into some stupid rumor. He died of an underlying medical condition. If it's such a stupid rumor, then tell me why it's not true. Just face the facts. I saw the game disappear from the phone with my own eyes. Try explaining that. This is the God's honest truth. I'm not making this shit up. That's why I'm going to find out what happened to Yuji by any means possible. I know it's hard on you to lose your best friend of 10 years, but you have to move on. But don't misunderstand. You can't let yourself fall into despair over someone who has passed on. There's nothing more you could do. The expression in my eyes were one of disbelief and helplessness. I didn't know what to do or say to him. Thanks again for trying to cheer me up. I'll see you later. I spent the rest of the day at school, avoiding everyone. I wasn't in the mood to socialize. Is it really a hopeless situation? Is it just stupid of me to want to find out the reason behind the death of my best friend? No. I refused to believe that. But after talking to Kaname, it somewhat dashed my hopes of pursuing the truth. That one player's startling reply on the anonymous BBS resurfaced in my mind. He basically said stop trying unless I had a death wish. I eventually calmed down after remembering those words. Yes, I'm afraid of dying, but finding out about Yuji's death was worth the risk. Should I just ignore my gut feelings? Though I screamed in frustration to know that I could potentially die, I couldn't help but to think. If anything should happen to me, what would my parents do if I died? After arriving home, I spent it alone. It's been 1 week since Yuji's death. The smoke was slowly clearing, and reality that he was gone slowly sank in. Will I just give up on finding out more about the Bad End? First of all, there's not much I can do if I can't play the game. No matter how you look at it, the game has to choose me. No matter what I do, if the game doesn't somehow choose me, then I can't do anything. I accessed the download page for the last attempt. I downloaded the game. If this doesn't work, then I might as well give up. And I pushed the link. The download worked. A blue progress bar appeared, and before long it reaches 100%. Do you want to run the game? After the message a button for yes and no were displayed in the box prompt. It's probably going to make me choose. Are you serious? I was finally able to download it. This is it. I can finally look into the matter and put an end to all the rumors and bullshit of the game. I steeled myself to find out the truth behind Yuji's by any means. The flame of determination again burned bright where it once had burned out. Well, shit. Now for the moment of truth. Should I just let go, or return to my life, or walk away and not take the risk? No way. I have to do this. Even these doubts linger in my mind despite getting the download to miraculously work. Damn it. It's like the game is taunting me. It's scary and infuriating at the same time. What should I do? Do I play bad end, you a-hole, or not play? Well, I think I'm going to call that an episode. Look forward for the next episode where I make the final choice. Let me know if you think I should play it or not in the comments down below. I am Charjr Ryuki, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.